Palomar as chairperson, Ms. Angelina Joseph vice chairperson, Ms. Josephine regular member, Herbalio Malatipat provisional member, and user ICT. At Jacinta Manalon representing Rolando Perez, provisional member and user TSP. On the part of the observers, we have Ms. Veronica Rivera and Elsa Malabuyo from COA. Likewise, we have in attendance the head and members of the technical working group, head and members of the bank secretariat.
Okay, continuing that we're going, the chair declares that there's a quorum. Will HOAC PGCS number 034-2018 come to order? What we have scheduled today, Secretary?
We have 3 items under our agenda. Number 1 is the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meetings, HOAC PGCS number 032-2018 dated 24 October 2018 and HOAC PGCS number 033-2018 dated 26 October 2018. Number 2 is the pre-procurement conference for the supply, delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of the storage solution. Number 3, under other matters, we have the pre-procurement conference for the proposed dry docking, repair, repainting of Malacanang pontoon landing barges, installation of floating barriers, sanding and painting of Coast Guard Station boat landing, Malacanang, this is at Malacanang, Manila. And letter D, pre-procurement conference for the supply, delivery, installation and implementation of comprehensive human resource information system, HRIS, government division.
Okay. And if there are any objections, let's proceed to the first item on our agenda, the approval of the minutes of the previous BAC meeting.
Ang dami pa niya isasagot.
Wala ako ng 21. 28. 6. 27. Hindi mo ka maganda.
Sir, definite na po ba between 14 lang ako? Okay, sige.
Okay, 40 hanggang 40 lang tayo mag-ano.
14. So, wala
Pero
na sa
hindi, pwede tayo other procurement process.
except meeting.
Except
Okay, so you
hindi.
said,
Awarding. Except awarding.
opo, hindi pa lang sir, maka-award mo sa next year pa yun. So, pwede pa, para mahabol sir yung sa HR.
Pwede ako itapon yung HRIS.
Ano, hindi except meeting, pwede pera lang award.
No, pwede award. Pwede lang award.
Oh,
Pwede lang award.
Pero pwede siya mag-BD.
Oo, award naman ang sinabi.
sa mga 17 December, okay lang sa inyo.
Basta wag na after Christmas.
Hindi, kasi yung 21, okay na yun. Eh, sabi kasi sir, 21 hanggang sa ngayon, wala na. So, wala.
28.
28?
Pwede. Hindi ko sinasabi mag-schedule eh. Sabi ko lang pwede. Parang, sir, kung pwede ako ng 28, selected.
Sige, pwede natin. Kasi talagang ang ano yung sabi na meron kami ng 28.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the minutes of previous back meetings. HOBAC PGCS number 032-2018 held on 24 October 2018 and HOBAC PGCS number 033-2018 held on 26 October 2018.
It has been moved as a candidate to adopt the minutes of the. We approve the minutes of the previous staff meeting, so we have a position there too. There being none, the minutes of HUBAC PGCS number 032-2018 held on October 24, 2018, and the minutes of HUBAC PGCS number 033-2018 held on October 26, 2018 are hereby approved as presented. Let's proceed to the next item on our agenda, the pre-procurement contract for supply, delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of a storage solution.
Good afternoon. This project is actually requested by controller for their storage. We just expanded to increase the storage capacity of our systems. So we just expanded so we can also utilize the storage. Hindi sir, storage.
Storage lang.
Yes sir,
So
storage.
basically, big hard disk.
Yes sir, pero intelligent. Intelligent. Sabihin sa backup sa
Intelligent.
intelligent. Naka-fiber siya. Yeah. fiber yung connection. Hindi, ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya ordinary studies. This is kind of, so, John will present will do the presentation for the storage solution.
Hello, good afternoon. I'll be presenting the presentation for supply delivery installation, testing, and commissioning of the storage solution. The background importance. PPA is in need of a storage system for implementation of DMS to support the financial application. It will be implemented nationwide, so we need a large storage. The proposed storage solution will also be used to augment the existing seat storage being used by the PPA computerized system. It will serve as a primary unified storage array that will consolidate PPA's existing block storage through virtualization.
Hindi kasama dito yung backup.
Yung backup, pwede natin lagay dyan, pero dapat hiwalay.
Hindi, so hindi kasama dito yung backup.
Hindi pa.
So, may backup kayo.
Meron kami sa Makati.
Hindi, ito. So, yung backup ito. Hindi. Itong yung financial documents, iba-backup na hindi.
Iba-backup natin, sir, pero hindi kasama dito, dapat yung backup.
Ayun nga, pero so dito, may backup yung mga data na ilalagay niyo dito. Iba, may backup to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
No offsite.
Outside.
Supply, delivery, installation, testing, commissioning of a storage solution. Are we talking of
Equipment, yeah.
equipment, and
Equipment.
at the same time a system, or both?
It's a storage server, actually. So, it has, may management system siya kasama.
So if it's an equipment, where will you put it?
Dito sa baba.
Siya.
Oo.
Hmm.
Tama, yung baka yung bang surrounding o yung environment niya is applicable for this equipment.
Yes.
Well, ano ba siya? Well ventilated?
Yung data center kasi natin.
Sa data center natin lalagay yan.
Nakalinan na rin siya.
Siya.
So, may UPS doon, may aircon.
Ilang documents ang malalagay dyan sa 19 terabytes na yun? Scan ito na, no?
Kung scan documents. So, ang scan document madalas is 8 MB. So, 8 MB per page. Sabihin natin 5 pages.
Okay.
So, kung 19 tera, it will last. Hindi, pero sa 5 tera na namin lalagay, sir, sa 5 tera.
Sa 5 tera, gano'ng katagal natin before we need to add
Ah.
additional storage?
Compute.
Ano yung PDF lang or may yung procedure?
Ilalagay ko na sa yan eh. May sistema, yung document management system. So, depende sa, yung laki kasi ng file, depende sa resolution mo eh. So,
Walang standard resolution dapat, no?
Meron siya, meron. Sa
300 DPI siguro yung maximum.
Pero
Hindi ba sa minimum?
Hindi lang.
Hindi ba dapat minimum?
Pag document, sir, kahit mababa ng resolution, okay lang.
Okay lang.
Pero pag
Pero walang
picture,
standard natin, may nakalagay ba na standard na all documents must meet this particular standard?
wala pa tayong ginawang standard yun, sir.
Financial documents lang pwede dito.
Financial documents ang intention talaga niya, pero yung 19 tera gagamitin natin sa mission critical applications natin.
Like,
Like yung AFMS, yung phones. So, kasi right now, mapupuno na yung storage natin eh.
Pwede din yung HRIS din siya.
HRIS, definitely.
Pwede natin natin din ito.
Ang number one talagang lalagay namin dito, HRIS.
Yan, ano lang ha, kasi we've been procuring additional storage in it. Are we having some kind of inventory of the data that we are now storing? Kasi the same thing as records management, dapat may disposal ka so that you will free that space. So dapat di ba ganun din? Instead of buying and
Actually,
buying.
kasi yung problema, kunyari mga financial records. Kasi ngayon, ang nag-revise, may requirement si COA, revised chart of accounts. So, nag-revise sila. Nag-retain kami yung luma na revised chart of accounts kung babalikan. So, kumakain na storage yun. Ang financial natin kasi, 2 tera na flash eh. Tapos, nagdagdag pa tayo ng mga applications, iPorts. Tapos yung mga online applications natin. Mga 2013, sir. 2013.
Pero meron bang meron bang dedicated na, for example, sa isang storage mo, there is a folder that these are all for financials, these are all for operations.
Pwede natin gawin yan dyan. Pero kasi sa database, hindi naman gano'n.
Database hindi ganun.
Hindi gano'n. Hindi siya gano'n. Hindi gano'n.
Sa database.
File sharing yun. Yung hindi specific
Kasi
file
parang
sharing.
there will come a time na you have to review all the data that you have stored.
Actually, magpe-purge talaga. Kaya lang kasi ngayon, yung financial data. Kasi minsan, baka maghingi si controller na babalikan. May
Financial kasi, HRIS.
At saka HRIS, yung attachment ng HRIS, dito nalagay yun. Importante yun eh.
Parang gusto ko ng You will award HR for the HRIS. Sige, dyan.
So kung yung documents natin per voucher, sabihin natin 50 MB, ang isang attachment, regular attachment, sabihin natin i-round off na natin 50 MB. So, yan is 5 tera. So, ang 50 MB is how many records?
Yung isa kasi parang yung isa file data sir, parang file server lang. Pero yung isa flash server, yung NAS, storage sa flash server. May HBA, so yung fiber, connect natin sa server.
Ano yan? You protected yan from any security, hacking. Kasi finance yan.
Lahat naman dito.
So, sabi ko nila, firewall.
Ay, yes, may application yan sir.
Okay.
Kahit yung sa HRIS,
Oo, very...
tututok mo yan sa nilalagay.
HRIS is medyo ano na dito.
So,
Data information, data privacy. Okay, Sir Jan, okay lang.
Okay na kayo. So, yung 19 tera for our mission critical applications, yung 5 tera for our DMS,
yung slash yan.
tapos yung dapat at least 50 users concurrent. So, hindi naman sabay-sabay ito. Tapos yung cache niya dapat minimum of 512. Yung front end ports niya, yung fiber ano niya, 16 by 32 gigabits per second. At least 2 Ethernet ports must be able to virtualize PPA's existing storage array. Must include at least 1 disk hot spare.
Paano nyo nakuha yung primary requirement naman?
Ha?
Paano nyo nakuha yung primary requirement?
Itong primary requirement na to, sinagad lang natin yung budget.
Hindi nga, okay lang naman na...
Okay, so what we can afford yan.
Yes, what we can afford.
Pero yung bang what we can afford?
So what do we need?
Oo. Kumbaga, yung ba yung demand natin?
Actually, mabilis sa sipag. Kasi sir,
Hindi, baka kulang yan.
Okay na, oo nga. Kasi storage yan eh. So, the bigger you have, the more advantageous. So, ang sa akin, na-address na ba yung demand natin for the next so many years? Address na yun.
Tsaka yung
Sa tingin ko tatagal ko ng mga 10 years or more.
tapos meron pa siyang sila for expansion.
Magkano ba budget ito?
10. 10M.
So, sa uli, hindi naman pala.
Actually, controller kasi doon.
Pero hindi, yun nga kasi, para kasi important
ating hard
Once
disk.
the platform is already there.
Papalagyan na namin yung storage. That's
Storage will get cheaper. Okay.
Okay.
Bagay.
May question kasi.
Ang dami nga ito eh.
Teka lang, yung storage ba yan? Yung sa record management system kasi natin, hindi ba yan hindi yan i-delete siya? Totally different.
Dumadami sa storage.
Online ba lang? So, ma-access ito as long as internet? Or dito lang sa
Hindi,
network natin?
yung PMS, pali ano sa wide PMS, yung PMS, kasi nakakonect yung PMS sa atin. May connection tayo yung wide PMS. Parang nasa local area network sila. So, ang gamit nila is yung network natin for DMS.
Basta internal lang to. Internal.
Pero walang issue ng speed yan.
Hindi kasi yun ang setup natin ngayon. Kung PMO, kumonekta sa wire.
Hindi, tsaka ano to eh, mabilis na kasi yun, ano niya, fiber optic cables na nakakabit. So hindi na Ethernet which is limited in speed. So ito, baka 5 gig siguro to or more. 36 yata na kayo ribbon kanina eh.
Sa dami ng reports daw na ginagawa.
Hindi, kasi yung sa document management system, document management system, kasi may intention natin kasi ako gusto niya talaga yung paperless, kaya niya capacity na yung computer natin.
Nakaka-hijack ka na siya.
Sandali yung mga tanong nyo, maraming factors yan. Hindi lang kasi storage to eh. Kung pinag-uusapan natin yung ano, pati yung wide area network, pati yung ano, kasama sa factoring ng speed. So, kung kunyari sabay-sabay tayo, tapos ginagamit yung applications natin, medyo maapektuhan. Pero kung di naman tayo sabay-sabay nag-load, kasi documents naman, madalas, kunyari, nag-DDV ka, hindi naman siguro lahat sabay-sabay gumagamit. Konti lang yan, hindi maapektuhan yung speed. Depende rin kasi sa wide area network natin na speed yan. Hindi lang dito sa storage. Pero ito, mabilis na to. Kasi, shortcutting ba natin?
Naintindihan yung mga...
Kasi, kasi itong mga ano na to, mabilis to. Katulad nito, solid state.
Solid state.
Mabilis to. Mabilis yan. Kaya yung writing yan, tsaka reading mabilis. Yung ano nga pala yung difference ng SAN tsaka NAS, yung NAS kasi parang file storage lang. So, files lang ang nilalagay mo, read and write lang yun. Yung SAN naman, yung 19 terabytes, may tiering. So, which means na may tier 0, tier 1, yung most commonly used, I'm talking about the application. Yung data retrieval application nilalagay sa SSD madalas yung most read or access data. So mabilis yun. Yung mga hindi masyadong ginagamit, nilalagay sa tier 1 at saka tier 2. Yung tier 2, mas mabagal sa SSD yun, pero mabilis pa rin. Kasi server type yung mga storage natin, hindi pang PC.
Nakakita ba yan sa campus?
Pero you know na this one is for tier X, this one is for tier Y.
Intelligent na.
Kaya siya intelligent.
May code siya.
Meron siya.
Hindi yung palaging na-access na file.
Okay.
So,
Siya na mismo mag-aaral.
narito, palaging na-access. Wala lang yung dito.
Sa SSD.
Pag hindi mo na-access, bababa siya.
Parang passion mo.
The more kids, nasa taas ka nun.
Kasi
Sige,
palaging
Jen,
na.
okay na.
Explain ko ba Ray? Oh, sige. Short lang.
Maybe?
Yung RAID 0, nawala dyan, pang PC yun. So, isang hard disk, yun lang ginagamit mo, di ba? Yun yung RAID 0. Yung RAID 1, dapat dalawang hard disk na same capacity na kung ano yung sinulat mo doon sa disk 1, i-write din niya sa disk 2. In case na mag-fail yung disk 1, meron pang disk 2.
Automatic
Yun,
yun.
automatic yung pag naka-grade 2 ka.
So, dagdag yung each number, dagdag ka lang ng isa.
Ano, no?
Dagdag ka lang ng isang hard disk.
Hindi, mamaya kikwento ko. Yung grade 5, ano siya, striping na may parity. Ibig sabihin nun, may tatlong hard disk ka, na kung ano yung block na nilagay dito, may duplicate na block doon. Tapos, basta may duplicate siya doon sa tatlong hard disk. In case na mag-fail yung isa, gagana pa rin, kaya lang medyo degraded na yung performance. Okay? Yung RAID 6, parang ganun din yun. Kaya lang, double parity. Ibig sabihin, mas marami kang hard disk na may redundancy, may striping, saka may parity. Yung RAID 10, parang dalawang RAID 5 yan. So, kung sa RAID 5, kailangan mong tatlong hard disk, sa RAID 10, kailangan mo ng 6. Kaya lang, masyadong magastos yun dahil may striping ka na, may mirroring ka pa. Parang double backup siya.
Yung kailangan is may support for that. But what do we use?
Ang ginagamit natin RAID 5 configuration. Ang requirement lang natin, dapat kasama to para at least latest yung technology ng kukunin natin. Okay? Hindi na, discuss ko pa ito, hindi na. So, dito, dapat lang supported nyo yung hot spare, tapos itong mga operating system na to. Kasi pag supported nyo yan, ibig sabihin, pang high-end yung equipment na kukunin natin. Warranty and support must include 3-year on-site 24/7 warranty support on parts and labor. Vendor must have at least 2 engineers, IT engineers that have undergone support training from manufacturer. Tapos may kailangan certificate siya. Tapos vendor must be an authorized accredited service provider of the equipment manufacturer with proof of certification. Services must include delivery to site, site inspection, site preparation, setup, installation, and configuration of hardware, and management software components. Must include storage virtualization of at least 3 host systems to be designated by PPA. Must include configuration and provisioning of storage capacity to designated host. Must include project management. Qualifications and bidders, dapat tier 1 partner siya nung solution niya. Must have at least 2 certified engineers. Must have 5 deployments of the proposed solutions. IT engineers, yung magsusupport ng hardware nila. Tapos must be authorized support partner for the proposed brand and must have level 1 support on-call engineer. Tapos help the support nila dapat 24/7.
Paano support yun dyan? 24/7 meron silang person to be assigned?
Hindi, tatawagan natin sila tapos sasabihin sa atin kung may issue tayo ng madaling araw. Pwede natin sila tawagan para kung ano yung solution na sasabihin nila. Pag hindi, papapunta sila ng engineer kung hindi natin kaya. Budget for the contract is 10M inclusive of VAT, delivery and payment. The solution should be operational and accepted within 90 days after issuance of NTP. Payment shall be in Philippine currency and will be paid in full immediately upon issuance of certificate of completion acceptance.
Kaya papalit yata ni Atty. Fix yung receipt yata dapat.
last portion lang, the storage solution should be operational and accepted within 90 days after receipt of the by the winning bidder of the notice to proceed.
After receipt or after receipt.
So, papagutin na lang yun.
Oo.
May ano yan, may warranty.
3 years.
Nakalagay dyan sa
Nakalagay.
pero three years. Sinabi yun, lahat yun.
Yung bullet number 1, 3 years. On-site warranty support on parts and labor.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the project issues of the supply, delivery, distribution, testing, and commissioning of the storage solution as presented.
Just the move and second that we approve all the features of the supply delivery installation testing and commissioning of the storage solution. So any petition approved? There being none, the same is hereby approved. Request you by instructed to proceed with the issuance of the notices and publication. Let's proceed to the other matters. Which do you want to present first? The floating bar barriers or the HRIS? Okay, right docking.
Dati ano to? Sa goods.
But remember, if you inundate ako sa engineering, sabi nila wala boots, dinifer namin. So, isinama na yan sa boots.
So, ngayon ay tanggapin ang
Isinama na sa engineering.
Pero dati nung nagkaroon tayo ng ano ito,
Ako,
procurement.
2015.
Sa noon, nag-2015 sila, goods, pero before pa noon, nakapag-trade kami under engineering, so pa sa marksman. Sinipat pala nila sa goods.
So, dapat nandito rin sila. Mas maganda. Para makapag-comment
Hindi,
tayo.
tsaka tinutulong sa amin yun.
Hindi ba tuloy? Wala.
Okay.
HRIS.
Wala kayo.
Merienda, yan.
Okay, good afternoon. This is the pre-procurement conference with regards to the dry docking repair and repairing of Malacanang pontoon landing barges installation of floating barriers and sanding and painting of CDS boat landing and boat house. So this is the location of the barges. The pontoon landing barges consisting of 7 units are located between the Malacanang Palace, Ground, and Linear Park along the Pasig River. So these are the project location where the 7 pontoons situated at this particular linear park. So we have a pontoon barge net, pontoon barge Malacanang Palace 1, pontoon barge Mabini, pontoon barge Palace 2, pontoon barge Pagbabago, pontoon barge Malago, and the boat house, and the pontoon barge PSG main boat landing. So the project background, the 7 units pontoon landing barges along Pasig River in Malacanang Linear Park either to the transport of the commuters, employee, intelligence, even the Honorable President of the Republic of Costa Rica as leader. These pontoons are served as a stationary floating barges for a seaplane used to transport commuters going to the from Malacanang Palace to Malacanang Park. These pontoons were operated and maintained formerly by the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG, but due to the budgetary constraints, the maintenance of the units were turned over to PPA. So, project background. Brigadier General of Sidagoy, AFP Commander of the Presidential Security Group PSG, in his letter dated May 16, 2018, requested PPA to undertake the conduct of pond maintenance for all 7 pontoon barges, including installation of floating barriers, sanding, and painting of the CGS boat landing and boathouse. So, last dry docking of these pontoons were undertaken in calendar year 2015. In response, PPA through the Dredging and Survey Department, DSD, conducted ocular inspection and prepared the corresponding program of work. Cost estimate for this particular maintenance work, which was included in the proposed budget for calendar year 2018. Scope of work. Dry docking, repair, and repainting of 7 units pontoon landing barges, towing services, and provision of temporary pontoon barges, all of these using 2 units tugboat, 150 horsepower each. Provision of 4 units deck barges, 30 feet by 13.5 feet by 3.5 feet fitted with awning, gangplank, and railings. Installation of floating barriers of 7 pontoons landing barges, and sanding and painting of CGS boat landing and boathouse. So the required registration, the contractor should possess certificate of registration to engage in shipbuilding and ship repair from Maritime Industry Authority or Marina. So the approved budget for the contract is 16,840,940.69 pesos. Project duration for 90 calendar days. These are the particular features of pontoon landing barges, boathouses, and CGS boat landing. So this is the pontoon featuring Mabini. So this is the pontoon barge featuring Malago. So this is the pontoon barge featuring Malacanang Palace, where the Republic of the President catering this particular pontoon going to Malacanang. So this is the pontoon barge featuring Malacanang Palace, where the dignitaries and secretary cater this pontoon going to Malacanang Palace. So this is the featuring barge pagbabago. This is a pontoon featuring barge PSG. This is a pontoon barge featuring NEB or New Executive Building. So this featuring the boathouse, where you can find the roof portion and the inner steel trusses of the boathouse. So this is the outside roofing of this boathouse and the portion of the steel process. This is subject for painting and sanding. So featuring the CGS boat landing, where you can find the corroded or rusted portion of the particular inner part of roof and the portion of the steel process. So this is located at the left portion and the right portion of the CGS boat landing. So also the left side and the right side of the inner part of the roofing of the CGS boat landing and the portion of trusses subject for repainting and sanding. And this style of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Ito, towing services and provision of temporary barge. So, what is one? It's temporary barge.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
7.
7. kasama sa so sir, of course sir, pag ginawa niya, kasama siya sa itutuloy, diba? So, I think it is a, tawag dito, included kasi doon, diba? Just to the particular groups of cultures.
Maligan ha, baka yung comment sa kontrata, title is not
Ang title kasi, Sir Boots, hindi mo naman po yung title. Ang title ni Sir namin, dry docking, repair, and repainting of 7 ponton barges. O yun kasi yung second.
Hindi, pero yung provision for temporary part, parang mag-release ka ng set. So mag-release ng temporary part.
Di ba, pero sa akin parang ano na yun, self-explanatory lang. The fact that you are trying to you need temporary.
Nag-operation ka.
Nasa pa lang. Hindi mo
So parang kung magbabasa ko dito title lang, sabi ko, mag-repair lang ako ng mga barges. So, hindi, kailangan ko din pala mag-provide ng barges.
Ito yung services sir.
Provision of replacement, temporary.
Ayun, provision of temporary parts. Meron ka pa.
Ayan ang sinasabi lagi sa legal sa comment ko sa kontrata.
Pero kasi nga, kailangan ba yun kaya nang wala sa attorney dahil?
Ayun na sila yun.
Kasi actually, ginagawa ko ng certification ang engineering. Kasi yung sinasabi niya, kung major scope of work, that should be included in the title, not necessarily. Kasi you don't have to enumerate all the scope of work in the title. So, but just the same, because it is a comment, humingi ako ng certification or justification from
The reason why I'm commenting regarding this, kasi sa akin, separate yung pag dry dock mo and repair. Kung you're capable to do that, you might not be capable in providing yung temporary barges. So, you're supposed to be.
Ako self-explanatory lang.
Sa akin, okay lang yan. Kasi included siya doon sa major scope of work.
Nasa scope of work naman. Dapat hindi na lang illegal yung scope of work.
Yung scope of work is attached to the bill of management.
Pero dapat yung scope of work na
Okay. Any motion? Before we go to the most important.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the program of work for the proposed dry docking, repair, repainting of Malacanang pontoon landing barges, installation of floating barges, sanding, and painting of Coast Guard station boat landing as presented.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve the program of work for the dry docking, repair, and painting of 7 pontoon barges, installation of pontoon barriers, sanding and painting of boat house and CGS boat landing. Do I hear a motion or two? There being none, this is approved for procurement. Secretary is instructed to prepare the necessary notices and to publish the same. Let's proceed to the next, the much awaited.
bakit walang copy ng HRIS? Bakit ano na lang?
Wala pa kasi kanina nasa pag-implement.
Sige, okay na ba?
Hindi ito yung
Tawag lang namin.
Kaya DOR.
Yeah.
Tawag lang namin.
Ayun,
Good afternoon.
Wala na yung choice eh.
Ayan, okay na.
Okay lang.
Approve without thinking na ba? This COR is the supply delivery installation and implementation of comprehensive HRIS government edition. This project aims to achieve the following business objectives: to eliminate the manual and predominantly paper-based system of keeping employee records, to automate the processing, transacting, and reporting of major HR functions and information such as recruitment process, employee record keeping, time and attendance monitoring, payroll processing, leave management, among others, and to be abreast with technological advances in HR management to promptly fulfill diversified employee needs in terms of personal action. And last but not least, to attain higher prime HRM levels in accordance with CSC rules and regulations.
ICTD, saan i-install yan?
Sa amin.
Sa yung server.
Wait,
Pero-
ano na sir?
Yung server doon muna sa sa amin lalagay. Kasi doon sa ano natin sa kasi
Kasi
pag
pag basta sa may natin sa server, o
Kung kailangan ng server.
Oo, kailangan ng server.
kailangan natin ng server
At
dito.
akala ko, at yung backup.
So, paano yun?
Lagay muna namin doon sa ano natin sa isang server na
Pero actually yung Veterans Bank, meron ng meron na daw approved na yung server for delivery sa PPA.
kasi balik.
Kausap ko si Miss Joanne sa baba.
Kailan
Yung
yung
hinihingi
delivery?
natin.
Dalawa.
Isa lang.
Hindi, virtualize na lang muna natin para niya.
Oo.
Okay.
Hindi ko pa na na-feedback ko, sir.
Pero pala server sa bibigay sila ng ano plan?
Sir, may na po, kahapon daw inapruban ng board sa Veterans Bank Head Office.
Ito yung kasi problema sa mga pangako ng veterans. Last year pa yun.
Sinuli natin kasi
Last year, we were told we would get one by December 2017. And then we were told na March talaga darating. Finally, we got a server, purported server by May na mukhang hard disk, na mukhang desktop lang
Yes.
na binalik natin. So hindi ko alam kung ang darating ay magagamit natin. So yun. Eh considering ang ilalagay natin ay kung magkapang sa hindi tayo sigurado. So saan natin ilalagay?
Wala naman natin specify kung server yung kailangan natin.
Oo, hindi, we specified. Eh, yung na-approve hindi. So yun, saan ilalagay yan?
Meron kami yung server doon ngayon for backup lang siya sa AFMS. Pwede muna namin lagay doon, tapos i-store lang namin muna yung virtual copy nun sa hard disk namin. So pwede natin lagay doon. Kasi right now, yung AFMS natin dalawang version. Yung isa yung luma, isa yung revised chart of accounts na yun yung ginagamit natin ngayon. So yung old chart of accounts, pwede natin i-store muna yung virtual copy nun habang hindi ginagamit. Kasi hindi naman gagamitin yun unless nag-audit lang. So pwede muna natin itabi yun. Doon natin i-store yung HRIS.
Okay.
It's a powerful server.
Sige. So temporarily while waiting for yung server talaga for HR. So while temporarily ilalagay mo dyan, HR lang may access mo. Okay.
Kasi development pa sa testing ng pa naman siya. Papilot pa naman.
Okay.
So hopefully by roll out yung server.
Saka may ano pa kayo ano tawag doon? Data migration.
Data migration.
Okay.
So this project shall cover all items stipulated in this POR, including software licenses, application development, hardware peripherals, installation, configuration, and other related project components while abiding with PPA policies and existing government rules and regulations. The approved budget cost, PPA intends to apply the sum of 25 million pesos inclusive of 12% VAT being the approved budget for the contract ABC for the completion of comprehensive HRIS in accordance with the detailed technical specification as specified in this POR.
Ma'am,
Yung software license, ano lang ba yun? Ang babayaran ba natin is for the use of the software or bibigay sa atin yung source code?
Sir, actually, hindi raw sila magbibigay na kasi source of livelihood nila yon. So, yung source code, actually, dinilit ko na.
Pero yung 3 years yung service for, di ba? After 3 years, kuha tayo ng maintenance. No. Pwede ba yung, kasi pwedeng maintenance, yung full maintenance is, kunyari 1 year, full maintenance. O kaya, kung gusto natin makatipid, monthly na lang sir. Kung may problema lang, kung may policy change. Pero nasa inyo. Kasi usually mga 20% of the PCO, total cost of the project, usually sinacharge nila sa maintenance. So,
Pero after naman 3 years.
3 years.
After.
Pwede naman yun, pagkatapos nun, mag-Mondays na lang kayo. Mondays na lang is, pag kailangan na, mas mura.
Proponent, please consult with ICT after the announcement.
Going back to the title, supply, delivery, installation, and implementation of comprehensive HRIS. Again, we're talking of equipment and system or both.
System.
System. Off the shelf.
Server, sa atin.
Server.
Ang i-install lang yata ng hardware sa rin ano.
No? Separate yun. Separate yun.
Separate
Yun
yun.
yung pupunin together with yung bagong IDs na may mga RFID na automatic na yung attendance. So that's for next year.
So wala na dito yun sa
Ililink lang yan yan.
Kasi
Interface
kasama siya.
Tapos yung mga systems and modules niya, ano na yun?
Yung ready-made.
Ready-made na siya.
Off the shelf ready-made.
historically kasi, yung ginawa din before, we tried to build our own. So, tumagal tayo sa development and testing. And we need the system now in order to properly support yung employees natin. So, what we have at the moment is we have yung time management, yung payroll, tapos yung
LMS.
leave management na hindi fully rolled out para sa lahat ng mga RCs. So, ito completely developed na ang hinahanap natin.
So nationwide to so all
Yes,
PPA personnel. Tapos, if you have all PPA personnel, you now have a database, yung scan. So, ano ba to? Are you going to input everything?
Yes.
Yes.
So who will input everything?
We will get
HR.
HR.
Verify na sa unang HR.
Naka-budget na yung additional personnel para yan lang gagawin.
So parang may time frame ka na. Once the system has been in place, then therefore, there's a time frame that para you would know if the system is working on what we expect it to work.
Yung hinihingi natin na HRIS is to match what we actually do. So yung processes natin sa kasi nandito is from recruitment. So yung leave management, trainings, etc. Nakapattern yan. So yung sa trainings, nakapattern din yun ang output sa mga required reports natin na sinasubmit natin sa civil service, DOTR. So yung pinupush mo button, lalabas na yung data na kailangan natin. So sa planning natin for trainings, since like unit entire 201, makikita natin agad yung mga taong kailangan talaga ng training, etc. And ang ilalagay natin dito, there will be actually two databases. Yung database of our regular employees, yung database ng mga outsourced natin in order to support support yung mandate natin under the joint circular na we support yung JOs and try to help them absorb as regular employees. So, monitor din natin yung attendance nila and yung mga QS nila.
So, ano to, parang once everything has been inputted, I will be given, let's say, a password or something. So
You will be given an app na ma-access mo, so you can apply for your leave there. You can check your record. Yung 201, yung PDS mo will be automatically updated at the end of the year. So every training nakalagay mo. I-validate mo lang. I-print mo, and then i-sign it.
Kaya lang
So
kasi,
you don't have to input your PDS.
kaya lang kasi dito, dun sa 4.1a, meron kang, bakit meron kang scan 201 document? Wherein, why do you need a scan 201 document? Wherein you have to input everything real time.
Hindi, kasi iba yung scan na yung document mismo na represent. Eh, we need to input everything para search mo.
So, nandun pa rin yung database kasi when you have the scan.
Yes. Actually, na-scan na lahat ng document.
Kasi
So, i-delete na lang yun doon. So, makikita, you're a graduate of ganyan, ma-access mo yung certificate.
But other information would not be on real time.
Kasi,
Kasi kung yung train, kasi yung sa 201 mo, you have training. What if I have additional training programs?
hindi, kung iwan sa HR, masasama yun yan.
Kasama
Automatic.
siya.
Oo, kasi kasama din dyan, kasi we submit reports. So, kailangan na-attend yung data, so automatic masa-search natin, okay, for this particular training, who needs this training, who has not taken this training within the last 3 years? Masa-search yun. So, yun yung hindi namin na kailangan lahat yung search. So, yung process dito na gusto na mangyari will match the processes of HR as an agency. So, yung mga makikita dito, can you go over the modules? Isa-isa yung maling module. Record management. So, each employee will be able to access it. Makikita mo yung file mo. Makikita mo yung leaves mo, etc. So, yung leaves dito, pwede mo na, it is now online. Each employee, you can program sino nag-approve, sino nag-recommend approval, and sino nag-approve. So, yung concept kasi is, yung leave, when you apply for leave, it's not whether it will be approved, it's whether or not it will be denied. So, may period yan. No action, automatic yan. Approve yan. So, hindi yung mag-apply ka ng leave na yung documents, hahabol yan, tapos ka na, hindi pa buwabalik kung na-approve hindi. So, real time before, makikita mo pa agad kung ano sa
Saka yung follow na policy that you're applying for horse leave or
prior na talaga.
prior.
So, yung maganda din dito, yung employee self-service.
Employee self-service.
So, yung leave of absence, overtime, travel order, official business, teacher correction, nasa app.
Access to sa internet, sir.
Access sa internet and pwedeng app yan sa phone.
Anytime, anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere. So, executive information, ito yung mga data this will help us GAN planning. So, leave management module.
Will be the timing of our
So, ngayon dito sa DTR, real time to. Basta nakasync na to sa ating computer na RFIDs by next year in system. We will install to all ports at real time. At 9 a.m., we can check ilang employees ang reported. Or we can also check, okay, maraming na late. What geographical area ng mga tao na late? Bakit na late sila? So, makikita din namin, okay, baka kailangan maglagay ka ng shuttle dyan dahil nahirapan na mag-commute yung mga empleyado from that particular area. So, we help with planning and support to HR ng employees. So, yung medical module, so nakikita natin yung medical records, since under our CNA, required na magbigay tayo ng annual physical exam. So, the data there will be here, will be placed here, and it can be used for planning, GAN planning as well. So yung mobile applications, although ma-access mo online yan, there should be a mobile app na kaya mong gawin on your phone. As long as you have internet, you can access your data, you can check in na may leave ko. Nasa labas ka, kasama yung barkada mo, gusto mo magbakasyon, you can immediately apply, even sarado yung PPA. kasi automatic ang system na lang. So, payroll management, we will have that. So, recruitment module, yung maganda dito, if you apply,
If you're applying for a leave and then ako yung signatory, how will I know?
may notification.
Kasi dati nun yung LMS to
Email and app.
dapat ano siya, yung something na, oo, yung automatic message.
Hindi, actually, yung request ko, may text message din dapat yun.
Oo, kasi,
Merong
May
mobile.
text, hindi, yung na automatic, hindi, kasi pwedeng ilagay na once may nag-apply na ikaw ang mag-approve or mag-recommend, you will receive a text message na may ganong request.
Kasi dapat nakikita na scene, baka mamaya hindi na, hindi mo nakita. Dapat
Hindi, pero yun eh.
Diba?
So,
Yung default naman to eh.
yung default dito is, kung hindi mo nakita, ma-approve yan, may kasalanan mo. Kung ayaw mo i-approve, dapat pumunta ka sa akin, i-deny mo. Oo.
so dapat yung automatic.
Automatic yun. Automatic yun.
That will, let you know real time thing.
So sa recruitment module, ito, so kung may PPA employee na part ng system applies, you don't no longer need to prepare your documents. You should no longer need to prepare your documents because HR should have those documents. So automatic, i-grab yan yung lahat ng kailangan ng
Paperless na.
So paperless, print na lang na you no longer need to submit 7 copies. So, yung under this module din as well, even yung applicant from outside, they can apply online. So, yung documents, ipapatulan lang nila, and assessment will be done online. So, this will also facilitate, in our current system, we have personal selection boards, the various boards. And then, once they finish the process, aakyat sa HR for evaluation. Problema natin, paminsan-minsan nagkakamali sila. So, binabato natin balik. Now, real time, we can check the work of the local PSPs. So, automatic na din, kung ma-DQ yung isang tao dyan, the system should automatically send an email to the person na ito ay kulang ka. Based on our assessments, kulang yung experience mo or kulang yung training mo. So now, since mabilis to, we can now modify our merit selection plan to a policy to include a period in which you can appeal. So you can submit additional documents. Kasi nangyayari natin dito, you're applying for a particular position, it's not inherent in your job description, but may SO na ina-appoint ka ng ganun factor. Hindi mo nasasama. So may time kayo mapahabol before the interview. Kasi nangyayari ngayon, tapos na yung interview, wala ka na magagawa.
So lahat ng SO, lahat ng
It should be linked to your file. So all the SOs na related sa iyo, andyan dapat.
OIC ka,
Dun sa recruitment process, dun sa outsider, meron ng iba na parang they can log on na dun sa website natin para mag-fill out na sila ng form. Ang mga ganun siya.
Also, yung capability na we are giving to our regular employees, we are also going to give that to our outsourcers and that's separate data. So, hindi na nila kailangan mag-submit ng documents, automatically gagrab sa records sila sa nakawak natin. So, yung rewards and recognition, so makikita din natin yung mga awards na pwede mo bibigay sa and yung mga you nominate and you
Speaking of sinabi is listed, di ba kung outside the lang po, meron ba kung parang job street type po? Yung kumari,
you can submit file online.
And then ako,
Magpag-class ka siguro, baka wala ka lang yun.
oo, ganun kasi sa inyo. If I want to find someone
Generic?
from the outside,
Hindi siya exclusive yun. Ito yung QS mo, ito yung resume mo, siguro mamatch. Pero yung siguro tayo.
parang may database na
Kaya kailangan mo
May
na.
mga requirements siya. Dun sa mga
Kasi accountancy, lawyer,
Sa job, may matching na kasi yun. May matching sa
hindi naman sila lawyers, ganun lang. Mga nag-a-apply lang sa
sa evaluation natin, nakikita na ma-match yung kasi, well, pwede kasi modify. So, with that, we can request that it be modified. So, yung FTMS, this is it. So, kasama din yan sa assessment.
Ito yung ITCR, gagawin for the 6 months, naka-fix sila sila. Diba?
Sinabi. Kaya nakatanggal. Nagkaroon ka.
Hindi, meron pa additional na parang row na pwede kang mag-add or mag-amend. Hindi siya parang naka-fix na pag hindi na meron pang tool para ma-amend. Oo.
Ito pa siguro ano yan.
Hindi pa kayo nag-isip.
HR, ano, ITCR eh. ITCR is HR.
Okay, proceed.
Next. Final attendance.
Ay, question, may pop-up ba to?
Dapat.
Wala siya pop-up.
Sabi na.
Tsaka dami dalawa sir.
Saka ano po,
Kasi yung expected utility
Dapat
sa
kaya-
akin yung libre ng veterans.
Dapat kaya availability, dalawa server.
How secured dun sa ano?
Lalo
Hindi,
kasi
encrypted to. Basta one in the system.
ang malaki responsibility sa kanila sa DPO. Kasi puro data yan ng personal.
Hindi na kayo. Basta within the system yung before. Wellness, religious module, migrate, okay. Yun na yan ha.
ano nito tayo sa meron sa magiging reality.
Yung other,
Ilang days yan kayo?
Ilang ano, yung size, duration, kailan bibilan ka. Kailan dapat magawa.
Kasi may cases na yun. Kahit testing.
Kailan dapat, ano yung duration.
Kasi actually, ano to ma'am, eh, after, parang,
hindi yung potential expectation. I-install na yan, kailangan lang
wait lang.
Ilan daw.
Pero yung
Okay na yung mga yan.
yung puting yun, nandun pa si contractor.
Hindi may support sila for 3 days.
Ako may mga pictures.
Siguro po sa mga silang
Pag ganyan, ba't nila hinihirapan? Kasi dati sa organization natin.
Ito talaga po. Kailan po ito kasi? Ito kasi design for government, big government system kaya madali. Yung sa post kasi, foreign ports na inadapt sa akin. Sa maliit siya gagawin.
Yun lang, yung duration lang.
Duration bago ma-install.
Duration ng project.
Parang project duration.
Kasi paano yung payment niya sa kanang facing? Yung facing kasi dito.
Ito, exception requirements.
Ayan.
Number, timeline niya.
Payment niya. Kasi parang consultancy kasi itong sinunod siya sa akin. Kasi bago ko makapag-roll out kailangan acceptance sa training.
Yung timeline lang siguro.
Ilang months yung project?
Parang ilang kasi.
Dapat yung walang siguro after
Kasi doon sa ano, parang after mag-notice, eh, kailangan, kasi di ba off the shelf na to?
Eh, pero dapat may timeline kayo.
Yun ang
Sa commitment lang na 3 months.
hindi ko
Ayusin yung timeline.
kasi walang schedule yung contractor eh. Baka yung tagal niya. Dapat bigyan natin ng deadline.
Kunyari, how long will it take for you to provide the 15% of the contract
Oo,
price?
dapat yan meron yan.
Ano mo na lang ang EB? Patulong.
Allow yung mga percentage.
Kami sa DAP, pero G2G siya.
Oo nga, kasi di ba meron tayong provision sa
Kasi
section
kumama
10 ng GCC.
pwede natin tanggalin siguro yun. Ano?
Kaya hindi mo
Kasi you know, payment shall be made for services not yet rendered or for supplies and materials not yet
Kasi ito ma'am.
So,
unless with the approval of the president.
Pwede siya.
Pwede yan. Payment yan ba? Yung 15%? Payment
Yes, ma'am.
yan. Babayaran mo na sila.
Pwede, nasa atin naman yun ma'am eh.
Ano ba yan?
Pwede na full bid. Kung gusto mo full bid, pwede na lang full acceptance. So, parang acceptance.
So kaya nga, kailan yun? How long ba yung bago mo i-accept? How long will they,
duration ng contract.
Oo, yung kailan nila, hanggang kailan nila dapat na magawa yung
Para malaman
to
mo
pay.
kung meaning-related
Oo.
damages.
May one year or 6 months or ano?
Pero attorney, bakit yung sa DAP natin? Dahil government to government siya.
Siguro, MOA yun, di ba?
Yung payment namin 85%.
Sa kanila yung prayer.
Pag kami kasi ganun sila, ganun sila.
Ay, humihingi ng
Actually, may yan.
Ito delivery.
Sa, yung milestone.
Actually, sila din.
payment should be made should be for services. Per services, ang per services delivered. Actually,
Pero dapat din dito. Akala mo may
Ano lang siguro to review the payment schedule per recommendation of the bank. Oo, secretary. And
dapat yung payment schedule in accordance with the provisions ng sa general provisions of contract.
be specific with the timeline para you would know upon certain period you will pay this much. So how long you will count from the time that you accept? So when do you accept it? Parang ganun. Oh, kasi that will also entail the timeline that after the system has been accepted, you can now start with the HR, yung mga inputting information and everything.
Siguro ma'am, pati rin yung acceptance criteria nyo. Kasi para maklaro kung kailan babayaran. Kasi baka magka-conflict pa. May conflict pa. Sabi hindi, nagawa na namin ito eh. Dapat bayaran nyo na kami. So dapat may parang checklist siguro.
Kasi basically, they give the software, tayo ang maglalagay ng mga.
But we need to have a timeline for migration so that we will know if there are glitches or not, because that's the only time, di ba?
Like 3 years yan.
Kasi, sayang naman, 2-3 years mo
Hindi, from acceptance.
From acceptance yun, tapos yun, kasi warranty ko naman.
Siguro, initial data. Hindi pa naman yung lahat ng data. Kaya, isang bilyan mo.
Sample.
Oo, sample data.
Sample data para
Oo,
maka-pilot
may pilot.
test siya.
Pwede tayo mag-pilot.
Kasi dito parang hindi ko
Or some-
nakita yung pilot testing.
Okay, dapat lagyan natin pilot.
Pilot testing.
Yung malapit ng North Harbor, South Harbor, ito.
Kahit head-office nga lang eh. Kung
Hindi, maganda kasi pati yung performance. Offside.
Tapos sa inception report, anong expected nyo na nakalagay sa inception report?
Pwede natin tanggalin din para
Tsaka yung requirement specification. Ano
Kasi-
ibig sabihin ng
kasi
requirement
ito kasi
specification?
based dun sa pag ginagawa mo talaga yung sistema. Ito kasi over the shelf na eh.
Kaya nga, so no need for the
Wala
requirement
na. Kasi sa amin kasi
specification.
pag yung sa system development, may requirement specifications, mag-interview pa yan ng users. So, hihingi mo yung requirements. Pero ito kasi, define yung requirements sa akin, pwede natin sa
Kasi kung define na siya, dapat yan yung, ay yung sa una, yung acceptance ng ng system. Tapos yung encoding ng
Hindi pero sa akin.
Oo nga, pero dapat andun pa sila eh.
Oh, dati nandun.
Andun pa sila, di ba? Kasi dapat nga matest yung system nila kung okay siya. So yung sample data natin, dapat yan i-run yan for number of days. Tsaka i-check nila kung okay or hindi.
Yun, tsaka magpapay. Okay lang may pilot.
May pilot testing talaga yan.
So yun,
Yung acceptance is always after. Kaya lang yung migration kasi reklamo yun.
Hindi naman total migration na gagawin. Sample lang ng
comprehensive HRIS solution shall commence after the issuance. Hindi siya after issuance, after receipt ng bidder of the notice to proceed. Kasi
Tapos
minsan,
tatanggalin yung delivery.
Oo,
Oo, tapos yun, siguro yun na lang tapos.
Pero meron kang lalagay na annex na timeline.
Oo, kasi
Kunyari, upon acceptance, meron kang pilot testing.
Payment schedule, milestone.
yun lang tagal din siguro.
Yung milestone dapat kasi i-check, yung sa checklist nyo para masabi nyo na okay na yung lahat.
Yun nga, sabi ko gagawa siya ng criteria. Yan sa pilot testing. Di ba, ano mo yan, install mo na yan, testing nila. Tapos gagamit mo na siguro ng dami data. After that, kumuha tayo ng data ng North Harbor at saka South Harbor for
Head
pilot,
office.
head office na for pilot testing. Pag okay na yun, lahat na. Pag lahat, tapos pag okay siya, walang problema.
Kasi mahirap mag-migrate lahat without testing the waters first, di ba? Para makita mo kung talagang nag-work siya, baka mamaya, bawa, si Archie mag-apply yung for itadas niya yung gusto mo mobile app. Kung hindi nagre-reflect doon sa system, check agad natin.
Parang i-check mo rin yung end-to-end projects. Kaya yung application, yung recruitment, yung testing. Lahat ng modules.
Lahat ng modules dapat
Basta may pilot ka.
Oo, lahat ng modules sa pati yung mobile app.
Hindi siya pwedeng open eh.
Hindi rin. Dapat naglalagyan ng duration mo.
For 1 year ba siya? Or 9 or 4 months, 6 months? Like that. Kasi hindi siya pwede open-ended. Kasi they can receive the payment. They can receive the payment.
Kasi yung rollout pala ito, lang yung may pinto matagal niya. May tawag na siya, nakukuha ka lang.
Hindi kaya ng pressure.
Oo.
It took EFA 3 months, 6 months para
Di ba pwede
maintain the data for around 3,000.
yung sa migration, parang magkaano ka lang ng short term na pool of people who will just input everything. Then after that,
Yun nga, yun nga.
another contract.
Ha?
The outsourcing na.
Naka-program na yun. Kasama
But after the immigration, ano ba yun?
Yun lang yung function nila. Oo.
Pwede siguro 120 days. Pag nag-pre-build ka naman niya, magreklamo yun. Pag hindi kaya. Pero kung off na siya, kaya na siguro yun. So, 4 months.
Four-step na siya eh.
Kasi limit of 6 months, 3,000, 2,000, 2,000 pa pala dati.
Ilan ang total natin?
Yes, outsource is required natin sa pag-procure natin na
Sila
magpapasok.
O, yun yung, ano lang, regular employee lang.
Pero tama, pag na-pilot mo sa lahat ng system, eh dami,
Reklamo naman yung tayo.
Lalagay lang yun. Kasi mention mo na lang sa NPC mo may nakalagay niya babies. Ilalagay sa POR yan.
Wala siyang ABC.
Hindi lang talaga. Pero magkano yan? 25
25
eh.
din yun yung nakita ko.
Meron?
Meron 25 idea. Inclusive of that na yun.
Kapag ba, di ba? Inclusive.
Inland duration.
Mr. Chair, I move
Basta clear tayo na kailangan meron siya timeline tapos kung ano yung may pilot testing siya sa lahat ng modules. Oo.
Yes, yung may isa ba tayo sa pilot? Or HRI, hindi ba?
fixed information eh. Unlike yung mga
At saka dapat may sample. Pag binigay tayo sa kanila, one time, sila parang clear tayo, sila mag-iikot ang sample data sa sample data. Or tayo.
nila. Hindi, may kuha tayo ng outsource. So, bibigyan tayo ng template siguro. Doon mo
Yung gamit, kapag sino mag-i-input sila or tayo?
At saka baka mag-require lang yan ano, how many data, kunyari how many
Para kasama yun sa deliverable nila.
at saka certain percentage.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the terms of reference for the supply, delivery, installation, and implementation of comprehensive human resource information system, government edition, subject to the comments and recommendations of the back members and committee members.
Yes, the move the second is that we approve the terms of reference for the supply, delivery, installation, and implementation of comprehensive human resource information system, HRS government edition, where you put it in there too. Subject to the comments made by the back committee, back. Then you put it there too. There being none, it declares the procurement contract to be completed and the same approved for procurement. Secretary will be instructed to coordinate with the audience regarding the publication of the notice and the posting of the terms of reference. Do we have anything else? There being none, meeting.
Thank you.